still, and I'm just so happy to be in your company. And that goes out to each and every one of you. I'm learning so much from each and every one of you. And so, having the time of my life. I'm having a great time. What's up, Dan?
What's happening, bro?
Malik, please say that quote again. You're the average of
5 people.
I'm going to mess up the quote. I took that quote from someone else. But you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say real fast that I started reading a script last night, and so, look, I've just spent a very traumatizing couple of days because I'm so used to being around y'all lately that I have low tolerance for anyone that doesn't execute, because you have the ability to. But what y'all have executed, in the amount of time y'all have executed, you've embarrassed so many people around me that I can't even have them on my team certain ways the way I used to. I can't even approach things different because I didn't even know people exist that could do these kind of things. So, like, literally, I've been talking to people for the years. Write a script, write a book, do a television show. Y'all have completed things in the time that most people, I'm still arguing with them about why they should do it. But what I read yesterday blew my mind because I was like I don't even know. I'm speechless based on the experience I'm having because I see the potential that people have, and I don't have tolerance for people that don't want to just even try. Because y'all did things in the amount of time y'all did. I've been doing the TV show, the script, even down. It's just light speed. My mind's blown. I just wanted to say that, and thank you. I can't wait to finish reading the script. But the way it was starting, I was like, "This is crazy. I could shoot that, bro. I could shoot that."
Thank you. That means so much to me because before this week, I'd never done that type of writing. But I just threw on my headphones, sat down with my wife and my team, and we just got busy. And we had fun with it. And they kept telling me, hey, listen, it's not ready. I'm like, Dame said he needed tomorrow. We're going to have it. We're going to send it right now. And so we're still working on it. We're still editing, but I wanted to make sure to get something into your hands.
Incredible. Like, it's like being happy and mad at the same time. I'm happy that y'all exist, and I'm mad at everyone else that's not existing in this way. Because there's no excuses to me now. I know it exists.
Thank you so much. I'm truly humble.
No, thank you. I'm like, y'all gonna be better than me next week over Zoom. I'm like telling people, like, yo, I haven't even seen these people. I've never even spoken to them. And in weeks, they've done things that I've asked people to do for years. Like Dr. Action executed an idea and made a show and edited, and it's done. And like, I have people around me that have shot things months ago, and it's still sitting in the same place.
4 shows.
4 shows. Like, I have to be like, slow down. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all watch what I do. I need this time to regroup myself because I really have to make sure I bring that ruckus because y'all got a lot of firepower.
Thanks, Dane. I appreciate that. And I think, you really motivated us quite a bit over several weeks. And you taught us that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talked about that action. That's your thing, about that action.
About that action.
I just want you to see, how privileged I am to be around these type of amazing people all the time. All the time. Ain't no duds in this room whatsoever. And I know what you've been going through for the past couple of days because me and you talked about it. So I know what an honor and what a privilege it is for you to be sitting amongst us today because of what you've been experiencing the past couple of days.
It's been life therapy.
I ain't seen you this time in 13 weeks, bro.
Yo, bro. And it's honestly, that's the story of my life, is trying to get people to realize who they are and to actually do it and then argue with them about it. But it's just weird to see that this exists and nobody knows. But I do think it's important that everyone here really realizes who and how powerful y'all are. Like, and also how humble y'all are bugs me out. I'd be like, I'd be so much more arrogant. But it's great, But do realize your power. Please realize your power. And you all deserve to be rich, man. Don't think nobody in there that shouldn't have multi-millions of dollars when you're doing this much for people and people aren't doing that much for themselves. Y'all deserve bread, but also y'all deserve every dream should come true. Because y'all strong enough to do whatever y'all want. And together, Rocky, come on. And together, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Y'all making me look real smart.
Appreciate that, Dane. And ladies, your turn. Ladies, somebody.
Salute.
Yo, I just got on. This is BBC, aka Brown. I just want to say that to hear you say you put together a team to create and write something that has never been done is, in the average person's mind, nothing short of miraculous. And it's just phenomenal to be a part of an experience where people are this daring to step out and create something outside of their comfort zone, but very much inside of what it takes to lead schools, lead companies, lead corporations, lead organizations for centuries to come. And so what you all are doing, what we all are doing, is creating this foundation for legacy for our children's children's children that is unprecedented, like has never been seen before. So let us continue in this type of community platform, because it doesn't exist in a whole lot of spaces. So it's really a blessing to have this opportunity. So thank you all.
Thank you, Nikki. Ladies.
D, before the ladies come on, let me just say something. Listen, y'all, it's been 13 weeks, but I want to say something to what Smalls is saying. Me and D had a conversation the other day. Somebody got to turn their mic off, please. Me and D had a conversation the other day, and we talked about how systematic racism has affected us, our community, over the last couple hundred years. And D said something to me that was the dopest in the world. He said, you know, the government ain't nothing but a piece of paper. There's nothing stopping us from doing what the fuck we got to do. The Constitution, that's the only government. Everybody else is a security guard. The president is just a guy at the velvet rope with the black shirt that you give a couple $100 to stop you from getting in the club. But it's our club. It's ours. And that's what we learned in these 13 weeks. We all better because of it. D, ladies, you take it over. I just want to take a second to salute you, brother. Your clarity, your vision, your leadership is what this is about. Salute, brother.
Thank you, brother. Ladies.
Dennis.
Yes, Fia.
So,
OSG'd up.
afternoon, everybody.
They all OSG'd up.
It's so silly.
Ooh, they all OSG'd up.
So I have been,
Get my OSG shirt.
all of us graduations have happened in the last few weeks, and I have been watching, listening, learning, and meditating for the past, I think I joined week 2, so the past 12 weeks. And on week 2, I was super shady with my camera off and on mute and saying, what's going on? Giving the side eye, like, let me see, let me hear. But I had a conversation with you that was really transformative for me. And then the conversation that we expanded in terms of what's possible. So the first thing is, step into this new leadership opportunity. Don't be afraid of it. Don't let money be a deterrent about what you're going to go do and be great for kids. And this notion to what Lay said and to what Dame said is we can do all of it. We just need to figure out what that looks like for us. And that is my mind blown aha. Not that I didn't know that. Not that it wasn't clear to me to be a leader who is transformative for children. But what's possible? What else is possible? What's beyond that?
And
right?
Funny, Sophia, I can remember your face when you first came on, and you're very analytical. So
Yes.
if this wasn't for you, you would have seen it within the first 5 minutes of you being here. And I've watched the analytics almost vanish to a point of just trusting the process over the past 13 weeks. And I think you mentioned it, but I think people need to understand how dope of an experience you've had in 13 weeks because, again, she's announced to some of you, but to others, I'm going to tell she's now the deputy superintendent of a school of the district in the Bronx. So we definitely want to give her a shout out for that one. Deputy! In District 10, correct?
I'm sorry, that's only for the next 6 months.
Yeah, and then she's gonna be the chancellor, right?
Sir. Yeah, she's only in a placeholder right now. I don't know why she's even trying to downplay herself. Because for the past 13 weeks, as well as the past 13 months, as far as different, things that she has overcome, from health issues to transition in her personal life, to transition in her school, to being model high school. Well, who gets well developed in every particular area?
90.
Time and time again. To, coming into our CFG clique, to now having options like, where can I go? What can I do? And knowing and trusting the spirit that although she may have things that are close by that are opportunities, the Lord told her, I need your work here.
I can't see that.
So,
I want to know.
For the next 6 months, as she is in the placeholder, and for whatever that unfolds, that's just the transition, because she's not through with that wilderness experience. Because she will be the Joseph to take them into the promised land of taking everything that we've done and culminated within the past 13 weeks. She is absolutely going to pour into those black and brown faces in the BX. That's why we like, come through, Dee Dee, deputy. Let's do this. So she's trying to be humble. And what kind of brought her on, to be honest, was Big Daddy Kane. So I was like, son, I'm looking at Big Daddy Kane. She said, what? And then she was like this. She was like this hiding. She's like this hiding. Said, come through, Brooklyn. So B is trying to really be humble. But as far as the transformation and everything that we saw, even down to negotiating the salary, son, that's nobody but God. But to be able to know that we all went through this, with one another in this forum is just awesome. So you deserve all the accolades, Deputy Davis.
Oh, thank y'all. I've been crying for weeks. Okay, when the spirit is moving in your life, it just moves you to tears. I'm trying not to cry, but thank you for that. I love you. I appreciate all of you, and I hear principals often talk about being lonely in their work. I am grateful that I never experienced that. So I certainly have never uttered that sentence. I've never been alone as a principal. But if you are a loner, and if you feel lonely, I urge you, I encourage you, I implore you, one, to seek coaching. And so you have dope people who are doing that work, like Dennis McKeezy, our seed layer, right? But also, I implore you to get a collective of people who you love and trust, who will hold you up, who also know your work, so they can have the academic conversations with you, the ratchetemic conversations with you, when you need to full on go black girl neck roll and just cuss somebody out who you can't really cuss out, but you need to get it out, or people who you can call, and when you answer, they're crying and you trust them that they're crying or you're crying, and they hold you up. And so I encourage you to get a village, because when I accepted my position, I was on the phone with some of my closest friends who are part of this collective when I hit send. And they were praying and crying with me as I decided to take a step, because God said, I have work for you over there. So I just wanted to share and be grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, listen, again, I was there in the Critical Friends group with Anisha and Simone and Michelle,
Alika.
Yeah, and again to see where you all were then to where you are now. It's like, again, I've seen it, and I think that's the part of what this experience is I get to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, as you said, as a seed layer, it's one thing, but for me to actually watch it grow is something else that's very, very important to me. So, I'm very proud of your accomplishment, because I know your humility kind of takes over, but, becoming deputy superintendent is a big deal. And many people work their whole career and never reach that accomplishment. So congratulations to you. We love you to pieces. And if there's anything you need, we are here. You know that.
I'm calling you for the Bronx. I already know somebody needs your help real bad.
I'm there with you, baby.
Hey,
Who else in the building? Give me another lady in the building who got something.
Dane was trying to say something about the Bronx. Yes, Dane.
No, I was saying I love the
Yes,
Bronx.
Dane.
I was saying I love the Bronx.
Oh, you were saying
wanted
you
to
was
say-
going to help out Deputy Davis, right?
Anything, I said, first of all, I'm not ready for the Zooms to be over. I already missed them, right? So I just want you to know that, number one, it doesn't mean that I'm not talking to principals every day. I still need to talk to one principal a day about some business. And we still need to, it doesn't mean we're not going to be corresponding. But what I did want to say real fast, you see, I designed these is dress clothes, right? And I know.
Nice, I didn't get one.
Well, no, this is different. This is different. This is my designer line, right? So I designed the shirt and all that, but I could easily put the and here's the tailor. I'll show you.
Let me show you what you're doing for the inside of your suit.
Yeah, for the inside of my suit. I just get really, like, Dennis and Lay, they've been hitting me with fashion, and that's why I was late to the Zoom, because I got all into the fashion, but my tailor came.
For his logo, for the inside of his suit, he's putting his custom logo. Where'd it go?
So we can make the blazers, we can put the OSG in the blazer, we can do all that stuff.
Dog head right here.
But it's cut and sew. This is another level. This is like, that Dapper Dandy, not off the rack. It's just another level. But there is a 60% sale right now with my tailor.
Till the first.
Like literally how much those shirts usually cost?
$169.
How much?
$169.
That's it? To make? That's all?
I don't think it's.
No. How much do those shirts cost?
These are $500.
Okay, so a shirt usually costs $500 to make. She said $170. I was like, what? Okay, but
We didn't do anything.
But that means right now I could get them for $200. Ish. Yo, you want one?
Bro, you already know I gotta get mine.
All right,
I gotta get mine.
but you got to get tailored up. Is there a way I can send a tailor? Out there? They're in another state.
Wherever.
All right, I'm gonna have a tailor come to your crib.
No doubt. That's what I'm looking for.
Whichever principal wants a tailor to come to the crib, let me know. What state y'all live in?
We have to go to Dennis.
Huh?
We got to go to Dennis' house.
Any state?
No.
They'll come to your house. This is we're in another. Listen, principals, I want y'all to know we're in another hemisphere now. We're cut and sew. We're not off the rack. We're gonna kill them every way. So what I'm saying is, I will have a tailor come to your house and tailor you up.
Listen, y'all. Listen, and Dane, look, I know people like to talk, about, this, it's weird, Dane. You've been through a lot, bro. I know it. And much of you shared with me. I know what you've been through. And it's weird when we talk about growth mindset and how you automatically realize by being in this room how different of an experience this was for you. And many of the people used to say, yo, Dane kicked in the door. The first time he came here was like he was coming for us. But then, when you look at you now, it's really impressive to see like how much you become part of what we are, and we become part of who you are in a way that's nothing but love, man. Because you could be doing this with anybody. I mean,
There's nobody like y'all, bro. It doesn't exist. I can't listen. I'm a person that appreciates moments in history. So if I think I'm around like Bob Marley before he's Bob Marley, I'm gonna spend as much time with him before people realize who they are, so I can say, look, I knew Bob Marley. All of y'all are Bob Marley to me. So I'm gonna it makes no sense to have this access for a logical man to have access to these brains, this energy, to people that could actually make a difference for children. The thing that I love most is y'all not here for yourselves first. Y'all really here for the children. When no one, Dennis and Lays did not call me and say, Dane, I want you to come make some money with us. He said, just come be a guest. I didn't know what I was walking into. I just realized that I know when I've never seen something before. I've never seen this before. And I'm the kind of person that when I see something that should shine, I'm gonna help shine it up. And I know the life I'm living, and I know how good it makes me feel. I want y'all to feel every luxury I feel, because y'all deserve it. Even if you don't think you deserve it, you deserve a tailor-made suit. You deserve your own logo. You deserve $1 million. You deserve everything. You deserve not to have to worry about somebody firing you ever, no matter what. How could you be afraid to help people? Never.
And Dave, and like I said, man, I want to get to a couple of the ladies.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to get.
No, Dave, I didn't want to miss that opportunity to thank you because I think.
Thank you, bro. You the man.
All right, I'll accept that because I'm learning not to be humble in certain situations.
Bro, you called me and told me I'm about to go to every school on my vacation, bro.
You're right, bro.
You know, like you look forward to rest so you can do more shit for people. That's crazy. I don't see people like that very often. Like usually when I bring something to the table, no one brings anything to the table. I can't even start to begin to tell you what this dude keeps bringing to the table. It's a fair exchange. I don't feel like y'all lucky to have me. I feel like I'm lucky to have y'all.
That's beautiful.
That's a big deal.
It's true.
Take it in, Dennis. Take it in. That's what I had to do. Take it in. Let it land on you.
Like Dennis is responsible for this, but he's not just talking it. This is him.
Yeah.
And it's rare that I see people like me that are like really enjoy seeing other people win. And y'all enjoy seeing your kids win, and y'all do this shit for, not for monetary.
Mm-hmm. And that's big, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, and look, it's weird because it almost sounds, I won't make people perfectly aware so that people don't think, OSG is over. Like,
it can't be over.
What's happening, right? What I explained to Dame and I explained
it's called hiatus.
Is that what I want people to understand about OSG isn't exclusively what happens on Thursday.
Oh, did you?
OSG is me being able to interact with you all off school ground. So over the next several weeks and throughout the summer, I anticipate coming to meet you all. And, we could be COVID, precautionary and everything, but I plan to come out to where y'all at and us doing it there. You know what I'm saying? Me coming to see y'all in Jersey, see y'all in South Carolina, see you all in Brooklyn and the Bronx and Queens, and sitting down having these conversations with you all so that the world can see how dope you are. See, it's one thing to be able to be dope in the room, right, with all of us. So collectively, we fly. But individually, I see such potential in everybody. I want to give everybody in the room an opportunity to basically speak about leadership and speak about what you're doing, while at the same time giving you all the opportunity to share Dame Dash's knowledge and his understanding about leadership and how he can help us and stuff like that. So definitely what I'm saying is this ain't the last week. So I want people to know that that's not what's happening. But in due respect to the principals who basically have busted their tails for the past 13 weeks, matter of fact, the past 10 months, it's only right that I at least give them a week or two away from having to run back to their computer or to their phone to for the meetup here on Thursday. So don't believe for a minute this is over. It's not. It's just an evolution of what's getting ready to happen next. So I saw some people in the chat talk about, I know this ain't ending, but it's not. It ain't going nowhere. I just wanted, as Dane put it, I care enough about you all to say, I need for the next couple of Thursdays for you all to kind of do what you have to do for you and for your family. You all deserve it.
This is only season 1, D. This is only season 1. We got much more to do.
No doubt. Give me a female. I need another female.
Hello.
Go ahead. What's up, Priscilla?
Hi. I firstly want to thank Principal Smalls for inviting me on week 10. I have been so deeply impacted by what has been going on in this room, and it has shifted my mindset and allowed me to go. And then Dennis, I want to thank you for even coming up with this concept. I call you Moses because you're leading the people and you're so incredible at what you're doing that I was so inspired for myself to actually go back to school because I'm not an educator. I don't come from the background you guys come from. I used to be a hustler and I changed my lifestyle in order to grow and to become a better person. And I came on this platform just thinking, okay, let me see what's going on here. I may learn a thing or two, but it's actually transformed my mindset. It's transformed me completely. And I just wanted to say thank you. I'm honored to be around all of you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was not there. I'm honored to learn whatever I can. I'm honored to have made the connections that I've made. And I just want to thank Principal Small and Dennis for even allowing me the privilege of being in this room. So that's all I want to say.
Priscilla, and listen, and you've been around some amazing people. You know, you're very close with DMX and the whole Rough Rider crew and Mary J. Blige and all of these people. And for you to basically consider us dope, and for you to consider me dope, is nothing short of an honor. So I thank you, Priscilla, because I know you've seen the world. You've seen the world, and there's a lot coming from you.
You from Yonkers? You from Yonkers?
Quiet. You usually sit there quiet sometimes. Even
Yeah,
with
I'm originally from Yonkers.
Slow Bomb Projects?
Say it again?
No, not Slow Bombs. I actually was born on Oak Street. And coming up, I was always around Harlem gangsters and hustlers. They raised me. So I kind of went down that road. I've been to jail before, just put that out there. And the person who was my CO in jail, I ended up running her sister's federal congressional campaign.
Wow.
That's how I got into politics. That's how I got around educators. And now I'm writing a book called Turn Pain into Power.
Dope.
Because my life has really been changed by people such as yourselves that I've been around. It's opened my eyes to see that the world has so much more, and you can offer so much more, and you don't have to have an imposter syndrome when you're sitting in a room. If you're in a room and God put you there, that's because you belong there. So I know I belong in rooms like these. I know I'm supposed to absorb everything I'm absorbing because I know that I'm around greatness, because I am great. So I am truly accepting that, believing that, and pushing forward with that. I thank everyone in here. I believe everybody has been transparent with their stories. There's no phony, fake people in here. I've even seen tears in here in 3 weeks. And that has transformed me. And I was pushing school off till next year. But I ended up starting to take Harvard courses online. I never thought I would do that. So I'm honored. I'm just honored to be amongst greatness. And thank you. And Dane, you are the bomb.
Thank you.
I don't think there's nobody's lives that has grew up around hip hop that you haven't touched. And because of people like you, I've become an entrepreneur. Not just because I was on the wrong side of the tracks and didn't have a choice, but because you've always instilled in people, be a boss. Do what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to really work for anybody. Your kids have to have something, a legacy to have after you're born. And things like that has pushed me to be the greatest that I could be. And I just want to thank all of you.
Thank you.
And salute.
Thank you.
Priscilla, thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. Hey, Dr. Action. Dr. Riley.
Yes, thank you.
MVP this week.
First, I just want to talk to you, Dennis. When Mayor Patterson really broke it down about needing a mentor, a coach, a sponsor, and a champion, it made it seem like you needed 4 different people. You needed in compartmentalizing. But I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of us in the room. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm sure you're speaking for a lot of us in the room that you have been all 4 of those for us. I don't know why God has brought you in my life more than that, those 4 things. And what he's put in you to be a mentor, a coach, a sponsor, and a champion, it's just amazing. So the anointing that is on your life, I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so thankful for it. And I'm so honored that God even thought I was enough for you to come into my life. When I listen to you, Dave, and you talk about your mind and how it works, that's how my mind works. I see stuff and I'm able to do it. And Dennis knows that about me. But being in the situations that I've been in a whole lot, I used to think I was an oddball. I used to think I was crazy. I used to think that something was wrong with me because people around me didn't think the way that I thought, or saw what I saw, or did the things that I did, or responded the way that I did. So when you're not understood, you feel like the oddball. You feel like the out, so you begin to question yourself. And then so much has happened in my life that Dennis found me in a really bad place emotionally, professionally, just questioning everything. And I just was like, oh, well, this is what it is. But God picked me up, Dennis. Then I come into the room. Damn, you come into the room. And everything that I ever thought about, you spoke. And I was like, so I ain't crazy. I ain't bored. I'm different. But that different is something that was needed for the time that I'm in. So when you call me Dr. Action, what you see is what has always been in me, and just having an opportunity to not only believe in myself, but a platform to get it done. And so I'm so grateful to be in a room like Dr. Small says. You're the average of the 5 people that you're around, and so maybe I just been around some dumb people, and that's why I feel like an eyeball. Just really dumb people, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a negative way. Just not people who want about progression or making it happen. So when I'm here, and I don't want to give it up on Thursday either, but I understand why, because it continues to push your mind. And it continues to pull out the creative side, and continue to walk in your purpose and your destiny, your anointing. So God knew putting Dennis and Dame in my life what was already in me. So you're coining the phrase, calling me Dr. Action Dame, is so true to who I am, and I feel just blessed to for somebody to see it. People that just met me. Dennis, we've known each other, going on 6-7 years now? I don't even know. How many years now? I can't even count. I don't even know. But thank you. And Lays, my big brother, you know how I feel about you. I told you yesterday. So that's between you and I. But I appreciate you too.
Love you, sis. Love you, sis.
Yeah. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Jane, for being who you are. I've watched you from afar. Like they say in this room, we grew up with you. We grew up with you. And to be in the room with you, seeing the things that you do, it's like, what? So thank you for being who you are. Thank you for staying true to who you are. And thank you for keeping to your word. Because it's not, all a man has is his word. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And also,
Dr. Riley! Oh my God.
I have this conversation.
I love you, bro.
I have this conversation with people often, because some people say thank you, and some people say they loyal, this, that, and the third. The only language that I speak is action, and you the doctor of it. You about that action, and the reason why I said it is because no one's about that action. So I appreciate saying something to somebody, spending the time, and seeing them apply it immediately is the only appreciation that I only want. That's the thank you. I appreciate you showing me the respect of taking me serious, because so many people don't. Trust me. Thank you. This again, I'm gonna keep saying this has been therapeutic for me. Like you said, you felt like the oddball. I knew I was the oddball. I just was mad about it. Like, I don't care if I'm the oddball, But I that's what I'm saying when I'm here. I'm like, there are actually people like me that exist. We're like-minded, and we've actually found each other.
Who that?
I think Lays is.
Who's that?
That's Nikki. I just have to tell Anissa that I love her. For 30 years. I mean, welcome to my world.
I need you to come on.
That's what's up.
This is the last one.
For 30 years, I've been knowing you, boo. That's how we connected on a train on the way to Morgan State University. It was because we were people who were wanting to get stuff done. And so we took different pathways, but I am so grateful for every conversation we've had over the 30 years that you are here now. That is what it has taken. Yes, sir.
And I think that if you've been around for the past 13 weeks, as many people have, they share the same sentiments about Anissa. And like I said, I'm fortunate to be the catalyst in a lot of this in these relationships. But I get to see it every day, and I'm glad to share it with each other, because that's my whole thing. Is dope people know dope people, and that's really how I move. That's how I always move. And and I guess I want to give people an opportunity to speak, but Moody, you in the room, Moody?
Yeah, I'm here, my brother. I'm taking it all in. I learned a lot from you. I'm really touched, man. Thinking about everybody in the room. I have not even known. I've never met some of these folks other than on this video, but I connect and resonate with so much of what's happening. I got to give you much respect for what you've done. Brother Lays came through. I mean, we just met and connected instantly. I always felt this energy. My ladies on here, I just feel like the same thing that's been said. Dr. Smalls, I really appreciate his mind, his Afrocentric thought process, and you know, just where he comes from and how to help us as a people. All my ladies, again, I don't want to miss anybody. Simone, Dr. Rowley, Anisha Jacko, Raven, all just hearing things that you've said over the past 12 weeks just resonates with me and helps and encourages me. I heard Dr. Fia say she never felt alone. I'm different. I actually did feel alone. Like I felt like I'm the only person who was thinking this way. And I hate to say it, but I asked her, am I around just dumb people all day? And it's not to knock anybody like what was mentioned earlier, but my thought is that I can't see why other people can't see it. But what I've learned in having that mindset that we're talking about, that growth mindset, Dame has pushed the envelope. I mean, every time he talks, I feel embarrassed. Like he said, he gave me some things to do, and I haven't done it. So in my mind, I'm like, when let's just get it done. But I'm more strategic in how I'm gonna do it and make sure that the product that comes out is just amazing. Sit down with some writers and just talk my story and put something together that's going to be helpful to the world. But all the folks, if I missed you, I apologize. But I've been touched by this time that we spent together. My brother Akbar, I got to give credit to my cousin who put me onto this. Brother Kyle Brown just called me one day. He said, jump on this thing. He knows me. We grew up together. And he knew what type of energy that I bring to anything, right? So I came on and the love that I got from him, Brother Akbar, and our people on the Jersey side, and knowing what kind of impact that we have in our work that we do is amazing. So I don't want to talk crazy throughout the whole thing, but I just love what we were doing, Dennis, and I'm glad you even came into one of my school meetings and gave me some pointers as well. I love it, brother.
No doubt, brother. And you know what? And the reason, Moody, one of the things that's important for people to know is, when people saw you when you first came in, you came in like the Hulk, B. Like you came in straight like the Hulk. And people can see your growth over just in terms of how you've been able to temper who you are as a man and being able to speak about education in a way that isn't always, you don't have to be passionate to us. We know it already. It's like you always seem that you have to go kick in the door, let people know I'm about these kids, and I don't want to have no other conversation. When you came here, you realize, you know what? I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not the only one who loves kids. I'm not the only one who got nothing but respect for, for education. So I'm honored to call you. I'm honored to have you, on this team. So we got a lot of work to do, and we're gonna get it done.
Hey Moody.
Right?
Hey Moody. Hold on. Hey Moody. I need you to call Danny Sue and ask him what I just went through for the last 2 days.
Word.
He saw it with his eyes. I need you to ask him what I went through for the last 2 days.
I hear him right after we get off this, brother.
Hey, Pastor Cologne, I think you were trying to get my attention. Was that you, Pastor?
Yes, sir.
Please, come on in.
Man, listen, I want to, first of all, thank God for all of you. You guys are amazing, amazing people. Several things. First of all, if I could get a copy of that growth mentality versus fixed mentality, I'd love to show that at my church.
Absolutely.
Because that's just absolutely brilliant and wonderful. Secondly, do I need to become a principal to get an OSG shirt? Because I will. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got to go be principal or something, I go make that happen.
I got some more minutes.
Hey, Pastor. Lane started something this week that it was both commendable, but at the same time, it was detrimental. So
hold on, Dennis. I don't mean to cut y'all off. I'm appreciating the love fest. I was gonna bite my tongue. But Lays, if you drop another shirt off before you hit South Jamaica, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions. And I'm all for the black love. I'm with you. I'm in the trenches. I feel you. I'm trying to keep it positive. But if another OSG shirt pop up before you step in front of my house, consequences and repercussions, brother. I love you, but I'm gonna need my shirt.
And Lays.
I'm not trying to get too close,
Lays, make sure you tape it. Lays.
I have your shirt. I'm gonna drop it off.
Oh, thank you, Marissa.
Pastor, I don't want to cut you off.
The women, y'all are holding me down, sisters. I'm for it. But Lays, we had an agreement. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna keep that off the OSG.
I was looking for you yesterday.
Lays.
I take one nap in 365 days. One nap in my life. I miss everything.
Lays, every
And I
time,
love you.
Lays, every time you deliver a T-shirt, please tape yourself giving it to the principal. Oh, send that to me. That's great. My bad.
I did.
Oh no, there's footage, Dame. That's how I know. There's footage.
Also,
I've seen it.
Also,
Hey, Dame, I learned from the best. I learned from the best, Dame.
and also for this last,
So let me fix this problem. Right
for this
now.
last Zoom, could everybody go live on their phone if it's possible?
Absolutely. So here's y'all. So Dame and Lays. So we gonna fix this problem today. If there's anybody in the room who has not got their shirt, because Lays personally, I gotta give him much props and respect. Yo, Lays and I played golf the other day. We played golf the other day for 2 rounds of golf for almost 8 hours. He got in the car and drove from up by my crib through Queens to drop off shirts before he went back to Jersey. And he's been trying to do that all week. I definitely appreciate him doing that, but I also want us to be able to say, you know what? Everybody, we got a shirt for everybody in the room. So what I want you all to do is that if those of you who have the OSG, hey Smitty, do me a favor. Put the OSG email address in the room, in the chat. And if you all can personally send me a place that I can send, I will personally mail those out in the next couple of days to mail to your house without any kind of, don't worry about it. Just Smitty, put the OSG email in the chat, and if you all please could do me a favor, if you've not gotten the shirt, just do me a favor, send me a place. I don't care if it's at your school. If you want me to mail it to your school, I mail it to your school. But everybody can get it. I promise you that.
Okay, so Lays, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get you killed.
You're dead now, Pastor.
I'm sorry about that, man.
You got to do a eulogy now, Pastor.
I'm sorry, man.
You got to do a eulogy.
And there it is. Hey, listen, let me also do this. Fia Davis, congratulations. You guys, man. Every last one of you guys are amazing. But let me, as I often do, bring a biblical perspective to what some of the stuff that David was saying and that Dane was saying and that Dennis is saying. You know, there's a biblical principle that says that God will prosper everything you put your hands to. The problem with many of us is we keep our hands in our pockets. Do we have the audacity to go out there and try something that nobody's ever done? Or do we have the audacity to think that because nobody's ever done it means I can't make it work? There's a biblical passage that says this: the power of death and life is in the tongue. But as long as you keep your mouth shut, you can't experience this power. Your power comes from you opening your mouth and having the audacity to dream bigger than where you are. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. In other words, faith means I don't have it, but I believe God can get me to what I don't have. What seems to be pragmatic for most folk, especially once you grew up and failed a couple of times, is I don't want to look like a fool, so I'm not going to sit up here and dream bigger than where I am. I need to be comfortable where I am so I don't get embarrassed. But that is the mindset of a person who loves mediocrity. That's the mindset of the person who loves the mundane. If you're going to get something that you've never had, you have to do something you've never done.
Exactly.
And as you go out there and do this, understand that's a biblical principle. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Understand something. The definition of success from a biblical standpoint is stop being so pragmatic that you talk yourself out of a miracle. We use reason to talk ourselves out of miracles. This doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to sit here and walk off. Listen, Peter was the most illogical person you ever... Think about this. 12 dudes are in the boat. Jesus is walking on water. Now, when the Bible says, Peter said, Lord, if that's you, bid me come, In the Greek, when Jesus said come, the word come was plural. It wasn't just to Peter. He was saying it to all 12 of them. What happened is Peter, in his crazy, dumb, stupid, outside of the box self, got up and said, I'm going. The rest of the 11 intelligent folk watched this dummy walk on water. And that's the mindset we need to stop being so intelligent that we don't try. We need to stop being so intelligent that we reason ourselves out of a miracle. And you guys are a room full of miracles. I'm a miracle. When we talk about the COVID thing, Lays knows about this because me and Lays have talked about this. I'm an actual COVID survivor. I was in ICU for 5 days behind COVID. I had COVID-19, I had coronavirus, I was in the hospital, I couldn't breathe. It took me audacity to breathe the next breath. But I had to learn to depend on God because money couldn't buy me another breath, reason couldn't buy me another breath, logic couldn't buy me another breath, but I'm alive today. That means I refuse to be normal. I refuse to be mundane. I refuse to be mediocre. And I can't take this second chance at life to be like everybody else. What does that mean? You guys are talking about this brother talking about. I think it was Moody talking about he's starting. Who was it that said he's starting their Harvard classes? You know what I'm saying? Doing their Harvard classes online. Go for it. Do it. I'm starting on my doctorate on July 20th. Okay, so where we are doesn't have to define what we will be. Don't reason yourself out of a miracle. Take the leap. If the leap wasn't big enough, you're still alive to do it again. God will prosper everything you put your hands to, whether it's the script, whether it's the TV show, whether it's the album, whether it's the doctorate, whatever it is, God will prosper what you put your hands to. But if you keep your hands in your pockets, don't blame God, don't blame Lays, don't blame Dane, don't blame nobody but you.
Exactly.
You guys are amazing. You guys are off the chain. And I just want to thank you so much for being able to actually come back and hang out with you guys for a minute. I'm sorry I haven't been here in the last 3 weeks, but you guys are amazing, man. Thank you so much for even including me. And I'm going to tell y'all where to send my shirt.
Absolutely, Pastor. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna need him to translate all.
And also, don't leave until you give us a prayer, please.
Yes, sir.
So listen. So Pastor, I put the YouTube video in the chat. So if you need that for your church, Pastor, or if anybody wants to check out that video, I put it in the chat, right? So you guys can look it over there. Anisha, you still in the room, Anisha? Jacko.
Yes, I'm here.
I know. Go ahead, girl.
I can't do this publicly. Oh my God.
Let me help you start it out.
Yes.
So I'm the one that called it out because I know that something that she has never shared with you for the past 13 weeks is that she is a target and getting persecuted at her job. She is one of a very few solid women of color.
You're not alone.
Who is leading a sea of children who are not black and brown. So as a result of this, God right now is really shifting her and sifting is a better word, sifting. Because when you're getting like threshed like seeds, you have to go through that whole process and it's very tedious. It also, when you're sifting wheat, you can also, really scorch your hands, and it's very, very physical and mental. It's very laborious. And so Anisha really values when we have these types of meetings because it really can fill her, because she will always doubt herself. And so as many times as you guys will see her where she's ready to jump in and ready to share, she always got some resource. I'm surprised she ain't got one up in her hand right now. She's always looking at a book or an article. You know, Dane and who else was it? Calvin Klein. Y'all was amazed that first week when she came up with a curriculum in 40 minutes. Everybody was like, yo, where Nisha at? Where Nisha at? That is her mind. And then on top of that, she's in ministry school. So her spirit, while it is open, is also being haunted by what she's going through. And while, you know, we can't elaborate because, you know, the CSA lawyers and everybody are involved, the fact that she's able to receive from all of us in general is part of what keeps her going. So now, Anisha, I need you to, even if you're crying through it, get the snot rag tissue ready. Just, you know, share, because only you can share it better than I can.
And Nisha, this is Michelle. You know I haven't said a word. I always listen.
For real. You know this is big when Michelle's talking.
Let it go. You know we love you. Stop that.
Jacka, what's up? Holla at us.
That's just incredible. I just want to say thank you so much. I can't even put into words. I'm like a new, and just walking into a new, just new. And everybody here, I have a gift of healing, and I'm going to claim that. And prophecy, and I look into all of you and I can just see the amazing things that are coming for you. And I don't know why I have this gift, but it's just all over you all. And I texted Dennis today, and I called him Nathan, because Nathan was a prophet who had an audience with people who are in public, in private. So he has an audience with people in private for those who are in public. And when you have someone who has the ability to have those conversations and to move, is just incredible. And I feel like, you know, similar to Anissa, like I'm always that person who you all are, you know, that person who doesn't really, you know, you're looking at people like, what in the world? But, you know, you do your best. You do the work anyway. And so my sermon last night was called, and This Is Why We March. And just we're doing something new. And just thinking about, I do have a book, and it's called Fight the Power. And in this book, it talks about my grandfather, who was the first attorney in the 50s to sue the city of New York City against police brutality, and sued the city in the 50s for $1.2 million. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, we are not doing anything new. We're just doing things together. And I think we have an awesome responsibility right now to align together. This is like a wheel alignment. Like when you're hitting those potholes and you have new rims, right? This is the time to really get in line. And you all have fed me so much, and I can't wait to work for you all in a way that is just so incredible. And I just see so much greatness here. And Dr. Small, you say you can't travel, it's because you need the jet. You learn from Damon, you don't need to wait to get at the airline. You have your own Clearport, right? Right. And so I'm just,
Jacko, we got you back.
So thank you for feeding me. I did gain my quarantine 15, but I do appreciate, this opportunity to be here with you all. This is it's just different. This is different. And, I'm a different principal, but I'm a different mom, and I'm a different wife, right? So I have my drawings up of the things that I need to do. My husband has his on the other wall. The kids are doing theirs. And so, amen. I only let a few people yell at me, right? And so to your wife, Thank you all. You know, we all know who are the people in charge, right? And so, Rocky, I want to thank you for birthing something new. This is all something that we are all in this together. And so, like, you have his back, we have yours. And Damon, thank you for speaking to my life. You have schooled principals. This is Dame's principal school. And so thank you for shifting my practice. When I saw you get up to get on the whiteboard, I said, look at this. Look at this guy here.
And we talked about you for 3 weeks after that.
No, and I was just like, yo, he just told me what to do. Like, literally, we've gone to Harvard. We had 4 masters. We all did what we need to do. But what you did in literally, like, a 1 meeting, I'm like, dang, I paid all this money for that, and I could have just did that, and I would have been good. So you're shifting mindsets, you're breaking generational curses, and you're making us better for our kids and our kids' kids. So when I can visualize what I want to see, it's because of you, and I want to thank you, Dennis, for translating that, because that's super important. And that's so funny, I called you Moses, and I spoke to you and told you about Nathan. But all the people who are quiet, like, we feel you, right? And so we are all feeding off of each other. And I just can't wait, thinking back to the compass, the 4, the seasons. This is our season. Absolutely. And something great is going to be birthed. And I'm all crying and all and everything, but I really appreciate it. It's just mind blowing.
And just say this though, right? You know, when people keep saying something's amazing's about to happen. Understand, I live this every day. You know what I'm saying? I watch amazing things happen every day because I have such a relationship with so many of you in the room. So I think what people are really saying is that you're looking for the manifestation of their greatness. I'm saying I already see it. Hence, what you feel in the room, again, this is what I'm fortunate in being able to say is I got such amazing people gathered in one room that it's just amazing to me that God would have chosen me to be a person to be the recipient of such amazing and great people around me. So I just wanted to, make people clearly understand that what I did is what the mindset video talked about is I get so much out of watching the growth of what people have become. And so I don't want people to look at the term growth mindset in this very flimsy way that we have in the past. That it's not just about, how I grown from today to tomorrow. I'm saying, look at what you did from the time you stepped foot on OSG to now. Look at the relationships that you have developed from then to now. Those are the things that I'm talking about when I say growth mindset. That nobody can come between us right now. Nobody can come between OSG fam. Nobody.
But that goes back to trauma, and it goes back to the conversation about being rule followers and rule makers, right? Amen. And so when you make that shift, and that's something Dame has to, and that's why I keep pushing him and think about, that's another conversation. I don't want to get yelled at.
No, don't get go ahead, because what you're doing is you're prophesying to him, because Dame also represents everything that his trauma from growing up and being a student in school is everything that we are supportive of as leaders and educators. And so when we think about just even your transition, Dame, from like week 1 to today. So we have the audience that you have invited us into your home. We have your family. We have your connections. You talked about merch. Everything that you've done has already been correlated within, the content area, but there was no person like us that was pouring into your life when you was coming up in order to cultivate that to you. So that's why you decided that you had to figure it out on your own. But if you imagine yourself 40 years ago, 35 years ago as a teenager, in these streets, but there was somebody that could have captured you and captured your heart when you was at school. If you had somebody like Dennis, like Anisha, like Fia, like Moody, like everybody else on this daggone call.
Like Simone.
Oh, yeah. but basically, if you had those people and then you had the pastors and the community and the legislators and everybody, then
Simone,
not that you...
Simone, in other words, we had all of that on OSG. We had all the community leaders. We had politicians.
Yes.
We had
Yes.
None of us.
Yes, and but Dame represents and is now doesn't realize that what he's doing to us is absolutely healing small Dame from who he was 40 and 35 years ago.
I am very aware of that.
Amen.
And just one more thing. The reason why Raquel was on is because she hasn't really been on, but she hears me talk about you a lot. She hears me talk about certain people a lot. Jocko, you had said she wants to do a Zoom with you and with other lady female principals to go over that curriculum that we spoke about. So I wanted to ask Dennis, while we're taking a break, would it be okay for Rocky to talk to Jacko and the others that were talking about the curriculum and also women's stuff? I think they need a whole women one.
Put 4 pages together for her already.
So here's what we do, Jacko.
so
Ladies, so
Yeah.
here's what I'm gonna do. So since next week is almost 4th of July, but what I'll do is I'll allow for this OSG platform to be for anybody in the room who has time to speak with Rocky about what she's going through as a soon-to-be mom, and you all can kind of help her to be prepared for how to educate their children, their child, as you know, as while she's still with child right now.
And also we've been
early start.
You know I'm down, Rocky, because we were talking about how you started from the womb to speaking to your baby, and so I know you just wrote a book and you're in the process of writing. I'm so proud of you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah.
So ladies,
I would
so
love
this
for
what
you
I'm
guys
gonna
to
do
tell me
is
what you think.
I'm gonna ask that any of you ladies who can get on next Thursday at 4:00. I'll let y'all do your thing with Rocky. Rocky, are you available next week at 4:00?
Absolutely.
Calvin, what's
I
up?
see you, Calvin.
I feel left out, man. I don't see that on my shirt now, but it's okay.
Hey, Dane, where's Rocky, Dane?
She right
Oh,
here.
right here.
So Rocky, next Thursday at 4 p.m.
Absolutely. Works for me.
I'm gonna allow the ladies of OSG.
Yeah, Damon Dash was about to have a baby.
And also,
have some time.
she wanted to do a.
Have the ladies speak with you about how we can continue to educate your baby from now all the way until he don't need us anymore, right?
When is your due date, Rocky?
November 20th, around Thanksgiving.
And
Okay, so this now is the critical time because you came out of your 13 weeks as well.
Well, one of the main things that I learned from being on the Zoom is to recognize and identify trauma. And we've been through certain things, and I'm sure a lot of people have gone through similar, because we've been through some stuff, and we feel good now. Mothers that have been through trauma and figure out how to communicate that, and then also teach our children so that the past trauma doesn't affect the way we teach our children.
Right.
But that's where, and again, what you said, yes, when I got on this Zoom, I did start to heal immediately.
Amen.
And I said it. I said, I never knew that black principles like this existed, and I wish I did. I did recognize that trauma the first second I was here, and I knew I needed to get that fixed, and that's why I continue to come. I feel better because now I understand that the education does have hope and that we do have a bit of control on how to fix it. I just wanted to say that. And again, thank you. You have been my best therapy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dane. Hey, Stacy, you still on, Stacy? Stacy?
Yes, I'm here.
So Stacy is from Las Vegas, and you know, she sent me an email a little while ago about how she feels at times so alone, and how OSG is actually, you know, opened her eyes to the, you know, to being able to seek support and to seek relationships outside of her district in Las Vegas. So Stacey, you want to say a word?
So first I need to thank Principal Cook for inviting me here today. I wish I would have known sooner. It's my first week on. But here in Vegas, we do not have anything like this. I'm actually until this year, I was the only Black female principal who issues diplomas. So I do feel very alone, and especially because people act like I'm not a real principal since my students are at high school at night. They're still 9 through 12, and they have trauma and issues and everything else. So having this platform with such positivity and love, it would have been great, especially going through COVID, to have people to just rely on as a resource. So I just thank Dennis for having this and for me to be invited, and anyone who's willing to share their info so I can keep in contact with, I'm grateful for it. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacey. Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate that. And so I'll allow for one or two more people who got something they want to talk about in terms of their growth mindset and how it's changed over these few weeks.
Dennis, can I chime in?
Yes, please, Ray.
So, hi everyone. What I want to talk about, number one, is I really value this time together. I'm a people person, but not really. So the thought of being in this large space with a lot of people, A, that I don't know, or B, that also share space with Dennis it took some adjusting because I'm used to working with him on such an individual basis. But what I really got from this was motivation to keep going during weeks where I just really felt tired and wanted to shut down my laptop. I probably feel more connected to New Jersey now than I ever did before. So I really appreciate that connection. But what I think is really amazing is that after every conversation or everything that I've heard from a principal, I always think about, well, how does this translate to my school? How does this translate to actionable leadership? It's one thing to be inspired, but what am I going to do with it? And I always see a lot of amazing principals doing things, and I've shared that I hate Twitter and what's happening because it's just so boastful. But the biggest takeaway for me was actually being able to collaborate and work with some of these principals. Principal Paul, who is literally right around the corner from me. Literally, I could walk. I rode my bike to her school, literally around the corner from me, just after seeing Akbar's food drive and thinking about how does this look in my school community, and immediately not realizing the impact of strengthening and using the resources around you. And Dennis just called me and was like, come through to Principal Paul's food drive, even though I was simultaneously working on my own. And just that trip to her school on that Saturday went from me having the ability to feed 200 families in my school to feeding 400 families in my school community, just because of that connection and that partnership. So I'm so thankful for this time on Thursdays. But I think my biggest takeaway is literally what's now happening back on my school grounds because of the resources and what I'm taking away from you guys. So salute to all of you. I really appreciate you. Dennis, thank you for keeping me motivated. You owe me a run this summer. I hear a lot of you talking about your COVID 15 pounds, your COVID 10 pounds. I'm still looking for my 6-pack, but I'm out there every day working on it. So if somebody needs me, call me. We're going to get it together. Moody, I got your oxtail. Lays, I got your oxtails too. Even if you don't deliver my shirt, I still got you. Thank you.
Good looking, Ray. Good looking.
Ray, I ain't bringing your shirt personally. I'm bringing it to your house.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Thanks.
Who else? Give me somebody else. Yeah, please jump in.
So,
there he is. Mr. Vocational, Newark Vocational, Kyle Brown. Yo, and you got a haircut yesterday. Don't think we ain't see you.
I personally usually cut my own hair, and I rock a baldy. But when we was having our WebEx meetings and everything, the students would keep their cameras off. And, we miss them. So I'm like, why aren't y'all turning the cameras on? They was like, we don't got our hair done. So we not turning the cameras on. So you know what? I said, I'm not cutting my own hair. I'm letting my hair grow until my students can get their own haircut. So, I let my little mini fro grow. Now I'm going back to the low cut. So, but this growth mindset conversation that we're having, I've definitely had some over this time. And, you're the one who convinced me to start using our social media. If you look at my social media before this, it was maybe 5 or 6 lonely post in there that I let someone from the staff kind of control, and I kind of took control over it. And now there's a whole bunch of posts on there, and I definitely learned the importance of social media, especially Instagram, more so than anything. I'm a Facebook person. Instagram still definitely hurts my head, but I definitely learned the importance of it, and it definitely benefited me during this COVID era. And I definitely enjoyed our conversation. You turned my fixed mindset around with one simple story. You know, during our conversation, I kept saying 5-year plan and 10-year plan. And you told the story even before I said the 5-year, 10-year plan. And it took you to slap me in the face and say, hey, what did I just say? For me to say, oh, yeah, I really don't need a 10-year plan. The 5-year plan is something solid that will infuse what I'm trying to do within 10 years. And I could possibly shorten that down. So, you know, during this time, if you were a principal and you didn't have a growth mindset, you sunk. You definitely sunk. And so through this process, this, as I said in the chat room, this has been my professional development. Someone else called it principal school. This definitely helped me continue to have a growth mindset and learn from others. So I definitely appreciated this experience.
Salute to you, Kyle. Salute to you. Any of y'all get a chance to get out to Newark, New Jersey to see Akbar and Sakina, and if you will, make sure you stop and see Kyle in his new school, Newark Vocational, the culinary school of the experts and the artists, and as well now one of the most amazing principals out there. So congratulations, Kyle. We appreciate you sharing. Anybody else?
Dennis, can I say something?
Please. That's a nice shirt.
Oh, thank you. Hello everyone. This is Marissa Forrester. I just want to say, Dennis, thank you so much for doing this. I feel so blessed to be a part of this platform. I don't say much, but I soak everything in. I met Dennis last year as a first-year principal. Actually started 9 months pregnant, my first year as a principal. And leaving from maternity leave, coming back, being all over the place, he really helped me to get focused. And I've been begging him to have a platform so that I can meet some of his other principals that he works with. He raves about all of you. And, COVID-19 happened, and I still was like, Dennis, you have to bring all the principals together. And I'm so glad that he did that, because for me, as Mr. Brown said, this is like my professional development. I'm now completing my second year of principalship, and I've learned so much from so many of you. And one thing that I took away is that I think it was last week or the week before, when Mayor Patterson was like, if better is an option, then good is not enough. And that keeps replaying in my head. And when I see all of you amazing leaders, I keep saying to myself, oh my God, better is here. This is amazing. And I have to keep pushing myself so that I can just be amazing, just like you all. So I just want to say thank you, Dennis, for doing this. And I feel blessed. And I hope to meet all of you one day.
Marissa, thank you. Because like I said earlier, I don't know if you was on when I said it, that you and Rochelle was a big part of the whole conversation of off-school grounds. I came to you two about it first because you in particular, was saying, D, I need you to get us all together. D, I need you to get us all together. And I just say, when I brought it to you, and Ro, you both said, you know what, D, let's do it. This is what you want to do, let's rock. And so you and Rochelle have been a huge part of the success of off-school grounds. But like I said, I probably would have hesitated a little bit, but because I saw how much it meant to you and how much it meant to her, and then I realized how much it would mean to all the other people, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and do it. So I know, like you always say, Marissa, you don't speak much, but you soak it all in. So I appreciate you actually getting the opportunity to speak. So thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, real quick, dude.
Who that?
It's Calvin.
What's up, Cal?
Yeah, everything good, brother. I just want to say I'm appreciative to be able to be on the platform with you guys. You're never too old to learn. You know, and I just appreciate to be able to have the opportunity to come on here with you guys on Thursdays, man. You're doing an amazing job, man. I'm proud of you, brother. You know, they say leaders lead. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely doing a great job at it, man. And I'm gonna be here as long as much as I can.
Yo, Calvin, you know, again, you know, everybody, you know, people may see you, but people don't realize, you know, the power of your influence in not only the music industry, but in Black America, you know, and I think people need to know who Calvin Bako is. Calvin Klein, the Calvin Klein, Calvin Bako. You can't be in New York. You can't be in New York and mention his name and people not know, you know, who he is. So those of you who don't know yet, I think you need to find out who Calvin Bako is, the Calvin Klein, and understand that for him to be on here is also as big as Dame being on here. Because when I spoke with Calvin the first time, he was blown away the first time. I remember when we had Calvin on in a conversation, and to see a grown man like him actually break down in tears because of the, what we, us giving him feedback on his project, it just speaks volumes to the work that we're doing as a team. So, Cal, you know I got nothing but love and respect for you, bro. And if there's anything for you, we got you.
I'm working on my phone right now. That's why I'm going so hard, though, man. But it seems like when Thursdays come and 4 o'clock hit, I'm like, man, I gotta be there because I always feel like I'm missing something. Like last week I didn't get on, and I felt like I missed something, and I know I did. So, and I mean, you guys are amazing, man. The connection with you guys, every one of you, I mean, I appreciate y'all. Y'all my motivation. I wrote a book called Neighborhoods Under Siege, right? And I was actually in the process of writing another book called Neighborhood Schools Under Siege. And I just want to just reconnect myself with that feeling so I can continually write the second book called Neighborhood Schools Under Siege, because it's important that people know that education is very important.
No doubt, Cal. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, who else I wanted to say something real quick.
Can I jump in too?
Yes, please. What's up, Keoki?
What's up? So I just wanted to say, just to reiterate a lot of what everyone else said, I found myself speeding down a highway, trying to get home to turn on my computer, and when I couldn't get on, putting it on my phone, it's just something that I felt like I couldn't miss. Tuning in on Thursdays, I think I shared with you guys before, I don't work in a district. I'm in an independent charter school. So it always felt like this was like a district for me. Like there were other principals that I could glean upon and just listen. And then I started following some people on social media, and just the energy that you get, the motivation, I think, to see that, so many people are doing some really dope and incredible things. It just was wonderful, and I appreciate. I found OSG. I think one day I was on Instagram and I stumbled upon Akbar's 7 o'clock thing, right? So I was on there and I was like, hey, yo, Trent. And realizing he was from Jersey, and then I got an invite from you, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so every Thursday, I've really tried to tune in. And once again, like everyone else said, just feel so filled and energized to really continue to do the work. And it has been hard, just like everyone else. It's a hard, selfless, sometimes lonely job when you are the person who's a decision maker, and, sometimes it's not appreciated. And not that you do it for that, but it does feel good to come into a room and just get confirmation that you're doing the right thing. So I just appreciate the time. And I shared this experience with my cousin. She was over one day, and Adrian, she's on there, hey,
Adrian.
And I was like, yo, you gotta see what's going on here. And so we just thank you. And we know we're a little further south than everyone, but nonetheless, just want to say thank you.
If car can get there, we gonna get there, Yogi. So don't even worry about that, sis. Thank you.
It's right up. Look, New Jersey Turnpike. I'm there whenever y'all have something. So thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Rochelle Hines, you in there?
Dennis McKeezy.
Yes.
You're not about to do this to me.
Listen, you were a big part of this, bro. Come on. I know you're about to cry, but go ahead.
I'm not gonna do it. I cried, 2 weeks in a row? I'm good. No, but honestly, I am so proud of you. I am. See, why you making
growth mindset, growth. You growing. So you
if Anissa and Anisha could cry, you in good company, girl.
I can't do it.
Well, I can cry. You're in good company. Gangsters ain't supposed to cry, but it's all good with me.
No doubt. Go ahead, Ro.
Okay, so I got this. This is such an amazing platform. There are people in the room that I've worked with before. Simone Nicholas. I don't know if Elman is here. I worked with her before. I have friends on this platform. Dr. Small, Forrester, Addo, and many more. I don't want to miss anybody. But this is such an amazing platform. And Dennis, I'm really happy that you made this come to fruition. We had this conversation. And I remember the week that you were supposed to start, you said, I don't think I'm going to do it. I was like, what you mean you don't think you're going to do it? You're going to do it. And, Marissa and I, we met with you. We went over the layout, what's supposed to happen. And, you came on, you did your own thing anyway. But the fact of the matter is 13 weeks later, we're still here, right? And in terms of growth mindset, I've learned so much from so many of you in this room. I may not know you personally, but I listen. I do not speak a lot, but I'm soaking in everything that's being said, and I apply it to my school community. So I want to thank you, Dennis, for following through. I want to thank all the amazing principals, the amazing speakers, guests that was on this platform over the past 13 weeks. And I'm really looking forward to OSG going to the next level. So thank you all. Dennis, I love you. All my friends on here, I love you. And everybody that's on this platform, I look forward to meeting you one day.
Thank you, Ro.
I made it.
You made it, girl. Hey, Constance, I know you ain't come all the way from South Carolina, Constance, not to say something. You in the room, Constance?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing today? Beaufort, South Carolina in the house. Like everyone else on here, Dennis is my coach too. It's been a pleasure. Our first encounter was an argument, I believe, in the hallway at my school. Yeah. He wasn't even supposed to come to my school, and he ended up there, and the person who he came with, phone rang, right? Gregory's phone rang. So it kind of left us to introduce ourselves, and I can't even remember what we were talking about, but we got into like this heated argument, and I mean a good argument, and from that day, like we were like sister and brother instantly. So thank you so much for everything. Dennis knows my story. I had a rough week too, Dame. I was in the middle of some real political stuff that crushed me a little bit, and I'm a pretty strong person. Dennis had to check me. Y'all know how he do. Because people will make you feel stupid, like you're dumb or like you're not worthy. And really it's them who's not worthy of you, and so they try to put their knee on your neck, basically symbolically, so that they keep your greatness down because they know they can't elevate to your level. And I feel like that just happens a lot. I didn't identify that that's what was happening until Dennis entered my life. He would always say to me, Constance, you're so much smarter than everyone that you're around. That's the problem. That's why you don't fit in. That's why this doesn't work for you. So, and it took me a while to accept and believe that. So Dennis, I really do thank you. You are a godsend. I tell you that all the time, that our friendship is ordained by God. And I believe everyone on this screen feels that way. And so we thank you so much. I thank all of you. I've learned so much from each and every one of you. You are all brilliant and awesome. And I'm like, Dame, wow, these are my people. I found my people because I'm very lonely, with the exception of a couple people down here in South Carolina. So thank you for being my people. Thank you for becoming a part of my family. I love each and every one of you. Jamie and I are coming up there. We hope to see you soon. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, everyone. Love all of you.
Thank you so much, Constance. Hey, Akbar, brother, I can't wrap this up without, when you quiet, that I know something brewing in your head. So holla at us, Akbar, my man. Go ahead,
cook it up. So check it out. I'm Dame been rubbing off on me, so I'm gonna talk my shit right quick, right? So let's talk about. So I had Watts, Compton, California here, right? Now we got Stacy in Vegas. We had Tampa. We had Tennessee, Kentucky. We got my girls from Scotland and England. When we come back from this hiatus, y'all better step up y'all followers because we need more people in here to represent the world. So I'm putting the challenge to all y'all. Like, I need more people to be in here to get this stuff. But I am Dennis. I am MVP and bringing in from all over the world. Right now, right?
That's why I got to give it to you, Ak.
But I feel... Yeah, who said?
That's Dave.
That's Jordan.
Ak. So, but I feel like how Phil was talking about, like even though North, we got all these schools in North. Cal Brown been with me 15 years, so that's my brother. Like we there, and Sakina can attest. Like North moving silos, and it took Dennis coming across the water, and he just was at an event that we was having with Yandy and Jamila, and Jamila introduced me to him, and I just was like, listen, man, I'm trying to get the word out. Like I got people in Las Vegas calling me. I got all these other people calling for me to go out there and talk to their school system. I'm like, I'm right here in Newark and no one is saying anything. Like I almost feel like, it's kind of hate there. And Sakina know what I'm talking about, so do Brown. So when I got to go across the water with Dennis and I met Otto, and then we went over there and seen Jabari and Marie, and then we met Dr. Malik, and then Smitty and Hines came across. Like I felt like a different love. Like New York, y'all moving like how Atlanta moved with the rap game right now. Like all of y'all together in doggone North where we at, it's like separated like New York City. So my mindset is like now I feel comfortable where I can learn, because anybody meet Malik, you just start like, oh my God, I'm not the brightest one in the room anymore, right? So I get that from him, but this way Dennis was just so caring, and then Uncle Lays and then now Dame and the rest of you. Like I just feel like my mind is opened up to now where I feel like I can share more and be vulnerable, because again, Newark is a different place. Like I really have to be on my Dame Dash in my city, because I don't think they fight for the autonomy that you guys have in New York. Like we gotta fight for every little thing. So I just been moving and getting budgets and doing my own thing, so they can't say anything. And God bless my superintendent. He's a mentor to me, and he allowed me to be, just a change. And so my mindset with this whole OSG has been like a family, man. I appreciate you guys. I know I'm a lot quiet because I find myself, even Dennis said, you need to increase your, social media and all of that. And I feel like, we humble, but you don't talk your shit, nobody will know. So that's why I flooded. And I don't flood it with me personally. I flood it with my kids. I flood it by what we're doing for the community and hoping that's infectious. And that's been, and I've been seeing it with you guys. So I've been having you guys going like Heather be live with me. Dr. Riley gonna be on there next week. But just to see, Raven come out of her shell, Malik is there, and then, Hines and everybody, it's like growing, man. I appreciate you guys. Like we family, and I can't wait to the next chapter, but y'all do need to bring some more people on here, man, because I'm ready.
There you go, Ak. Listen, I love that challenge, Ak. I love that challenge, because, listen, when me and you been talking, one of the things I know is like you did the local thing. Say you got Kyle and Sakina, and then you got O on here. Then you went to Kentucky, and then you had Compton, and then you went across the pond. You went across the pond and got Jessica and Rachel. So it's dope, man. And I really believe that my people from Vegas. Now, I needed to correct her, but I wasn't going to correct her because I know you invited her weeks ago because you told me about that, right?
Yeah.
So he did not invite me weeks ago. He invited me on Monday.
No, it was Principal McKenzie from Vegas. See, I'm a Vegas guy right now, so but no.
Okay.
I thought I did Stacy. My bad, Stacy.
Okay, so I agree. Like I don't want anybody to ever come back and say, damn, Like, how in the world did I miss 10 weeks of this, 11 weeks of this? If you all think people need it, you need to bring them in the room. Not because I need to have all these numbers, but because it's hard to realize how we've grown to this point. Like, we're talking about the stuff we talked about 13 weeks ago to where we are now, and to know that, if you missed a week, man, you feel crazy. You feel crazy. Like, I can't believe I did that. I missed a week. And so I just thank you. I couldn't close it without giving you the opportunity to speak, because I know, everywhere you go, man, you wave that OSG flag. And, whether it's on Heather B, whether it's with Sway, whether it's with Dane, whether it's with anybody, I know you always waving that OSG flag, and I appreciate you for that, bro. Definitely do. And
hey, before we close out, I just want to say something. I just got to say one thing. First of all, I'm not a principal, but I'm an educator. I'm a coach.
But ladies, did you change your glasses, bro?
Yes, I did.
Always.
You know my style. I changed my glasses three times an episode, baby.
Bro, I just want you to know
I just want to keep your editor on point. So like I said, I'm not a principal, but I'm an educator. I'm about to work. I'm a mission dude. Like, my mission with Kane was to do this. My mission with Paz was to do this. My mission with MOP was to save their lives and get them where they got to go. My mission. And so when Dennis said, "This is what I want to do," I said, "I'm about this work, man. And whatever we got to do, I'm here to run the board. Whatever we got to do. If it means sweeping the floor, or it means carrying the bags, or if it means keeping the troops in order. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if you go be a boss, then the boss can sweep the floor as well as run the company. And I just want to say, man, this has been such an inspiration for me these last 13 weeks. I know Dane. I know his struggle. I was there with him in the birth of Rockefeller. And the problem was, he was always the smartest dude in the room. Now, all of a sudden, he gets to be there with y'all. And I know he feel like I feel. It's an honor and humbling to be there with you guys. And all I can promise y'all is that I'm about that work. And I'm always going to be there for y'all if y'all need me. And I'm going to get you your shirt. As long as you better have my oxtails, too, when I come through Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is my home. So I'm going to come there and get what you got to get. Who's in Queens?
Raven is in Queens.
Raven, you in Queens? I thought you was in Brooklyn.
No, I never said Brooklyn.
No, we was in Queens, Blaze. I told you. Raven just didn't remember.
Oh, okay.
She was asleep yesterday. She said, "Lace, you're right around the corner."
Raven, that's that bullshit. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm coming to see you. But here's the deal. I want to say one thing. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I am honored and humbled that y'all would keep this old dusty old hood Brooklyn Brownsville nigga a part of y'all crew. And I'm gonna be here for y'all, no doubt. Much love. Salute.
Lays, you need your own cologne.
Well, shit, he got his own eyeglass frames.
Yeah, you need your own cologne.
So,
not that Old Spice. You still wear Old Spice?
No.
Get on that merch, Dane, the Lay's cologne.
Why don't you hold out on glasses? So I need my own shit, Dave. Hook me up.
Yo, hold on, Lays. Marie DeFord, you in the room? Don't let me have to call you out, Marie, because you probably mad because you ain't got no shirt right now, and that's why you ain't talking. You in the room, Marie?
I am in the room. I'm listening, and I'm not mad. Although I should be. I did not.
Marie, you know I wasn't gonna let you. You know I wasn't gonna close this without giving you a chance to say something. Come on. Gosh, you're putting me on the spot. As always. Just say. Don't you say you love me, and that's it.
Thank you. I love you. You know I love you.
That's all.
I appreciate you, and yeah, I think I love you sums it up. Yeah, I love you. Thank you for everything you do for me and everyone else in this room. And to everyone in the room, that love extends. I love each and every single one of you. Each day I log on and I learn something new and I'm able to grow. So love you, Dennis. Love you too, Marie. All right, so who's that? So before I get out of here, I'm sorry, Dennis. Who's that?
Michelle Sasudis, who only said 2 seconds.
Get out of here. Listen, Michelle, go ahead, Michelle.
You got me like that? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We need the music.
Hold up. You don't understand the transformation this woman had.
We need
like
some-
this.
We need music.
Come on, Michelle.
My camera's off. I'm apologizing.
As
but
always.
As always. I'm sorting T-shirts for my kids because I need to make sure they cannot leave tomorrow without having every single thing that I paid for them. You know, I need them to have everything. So I'm making sure it's all here. I say that since my girls introduced me, I have not missed a week. I don't care what I have to do to multitask. I'm on it like everybody else that I see sitting in their cars, their backyard, pulling over on the side of the road, whatever I got to do. This is so powerful. And I had sent you an email after the first week, Dennis, just to tell you that your movement is real, it's strong, and it's like from week to week. Everybody that was here and everyone that speaks was like power on power on power. It's like so infinite, it's real. I'm just glad to be a part. My girls, they know I love them even for the introduction, because after we have the meetings with you, we have our own phone calls and everything.
Yeah, we have to have the debrief, honey.
Meeting after the meeting after the meeting. You know, so it's real, and I can't wait for you to bring it back. I'm just glad to be a part. And let's just keep this going.
No
Thank
doubt.
you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Hey, Simone.
It is.
Simone, that crown on your head. Can I see that real quick? And you have one on your collar too?
Speak, Simone, so we can see you.
Oh, you want me to get up and model? Is that what you really want me to do?
I just saw the crown. I just felt like that should be a logo.
So.
There you go.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that without getting us one?
Right, Dane don't
That's what I'm saying, Simone. We talking after this.
That's a new
First of all, why did Dane notice it and y'all didn't? Let's talk about that.
Wow.
Thank you. No, I noticed it. I noticed it. Thank you.
I saw it. Wow.
I saw it. So wait. Let me get my angle correctly so that you can take the picture.
Show the shirt. Show the shirt, Mom.
Oh, he goes to shirt, Mom. I'm done. Look.
Yeah. Hey, Dane, we missed something on the merch.
I didn't miss it. I see it.
Here we go.
You got the queen on it. I like that.
I gotta start getting my shot.
That's a brooch. That's a brooch.
Here we go.
Wow.
Back up. Let me see your crown. Okay. Yes. Yes. That's my friend.
Oh, snap.
And she got it up here too. She got bang, bang. All right.
Oh, what is this?
No, I'm
this
saying
literally is just a clip that you can just put in your hair anywhere.
No, I'm just saying you got the whole thing going.
Honey, he said it was the last week, so I had to make sure since
crown on.
my boulets finally made it to Baldwin to drop this off last night. I had to make sure I was correct today.
Talk your 10-year talk, Simone.
Let's talk about what's happening these 13 weeks, Simone. Let's talk about you. Okay?
But I like the pearls with it too.
13 weeks?
I like the pearls with the shirt too. I like all of it. I like what you're going
Yes.
So,
with. That should be your logo, some pearls. Cause you always dropping pearls. That's your new name, you Principal Pearl.
Ow.
So listen, y'all. Listen. So let's make this clear. OSG is not over. What I want to again is give everybody an opportunity, a week or two, to get yourself together. But since Rocky and Dane come up with another plan, the women in the room, I'm offering OSG platform for y'all next week to meet with Rocky and to really help her to get through this pregnancy and come out on the other end with one of the smartest young, children that she could possibly have. So next week, 4 p.m., ladies, the ladies from OSG, I ask you to make yourself available. 4 o'clock, I'm gonna show some love to Rocky and help her.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine what my child's gonna be like with y'all raising them? Like you just said that I was affected because I didn't have y'all in my life. but my kid will. Before he's even born. That's how smart I am about it.
Yo, Dave, listen, bro. Listen. So let me say this again. You guys just mute the mic for a quick second. Just mute the mic for a second. Once again, OSG ain't going nowhere. All we gonna do is get bigger, better, and stronger. And what I told ladies is now it's only right for us to hit the road and to come to see and meet some of you in person and actually start talking to some of you about the work that you guys are doing. I'm extremely honored and privileged to say that you all are part of my family now. I love each and every one of you for how you all come into our lives. And I thank you. I really, truly thank you for trusting and believing in OSG. And, you know, when Dave said to us, you're like, we got that swag and like we're dope. Believe it or not, I believed it from the first, before Dave even came on. That's why I put y'all in the room together. I have some of the dopest people around me all the time, and I'm so grateful for that. Without any further ado, I'm going to ask Pastor Cologne to give us, you know, some parting words, you know, and let us know, you know, his experience with this, and then get us up out of here. Pastor, you here?
I am here, sir. I gotta say, I'm just privileged. I think I sound like a broken record, but I'm just privileged to even be asked to be part of this company. I came on this week because I was aware this is week 13, and I didn't want it to go by without me being in attendance. I'm not a guest. I just wanted to be one of the squares watching what's happening, and I'm learning from you guys. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of what it is that you guys are doing. You guys have audacity. You guys have courage. You guys have the ability to move minds. And for that, I not only thank you, but as we say in the church, I'm godly proud of all of you. Because you guys have the ability, both here in the United States, and now we have friends across the pond, as we say. We thank God for every last one of you. And you guys are doing some amazing work. And it's wonderful just to have the erudition of a Malik and the audacity of an Akbar, the compassion of a Simone, the prophetic utterance of an Anisha, the love of a Ro, the willing to kill somebody of a Raven. So all of these things are amazing. We're rejoicing with Faya Davis and her success. We thank God for Moody and his ability to get up and do whatever he puts his mind to. These are the kinds of things that we're looking at and seeing and garnering and learning from. And God knows, we thank God for Dennis. John Maxwell says, everything hinges and falls on leadership. Everything. So you being a leader of this particular movement, and I'm calling it a movement because it's more than a moment. It's more than just now. It is the ability to take this and actually advocate for children in such a way that many people, especially in this country, of our Eurocentric mindset, will not advocate for. I'm glad that there are some black and brown people who will stand up for black and brown people and not be ashamed to stand up for black and brown people and don't care what other people got to say about us standing up for black and brown people. Why? Because black and brown people have agency. And we have agency that we have a right to engage in, and we have a right to fight for. We have a right to stand. We have a right to educate. We have a right to expect the excellence of who we are. And it's the knowing who you are that changes the very environment. It changes the actuality of what's going on. I'm not trying to preach, but there was a scene in Black Panther when there was Challenge Day and the guys from the other tribe came to challenge Prince T'Challa. And when he had him in that vice grip and looked like he was losing, his mother yelled, "Show them who you are." That awareness did not change his predicament. That awareness did not change the chokehold he was in. That awareness did not change the fact that he was bleeding. But the moment he decided to remember and state, I am T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, everything changed about that moment. You guys have the power to change where you are, not because where you are is different, but because you are aware of who you are. And that knowledge can break things down. It can tear walls apart. It can allow you to step on enemies. It can, listen, some of you guys need, I said this last time I was here. The Bible talks about that God will make your enemy your footstool. Some of you need to thank God for your enemies. Not only thank God for them, step on them. That's what they're there for. I love the fact that I have many enemies because it tells me I have higher heights to go to. So if you understand who you are, the fight's not going to be different. The intention's not going to be different. Just your ability to be able to overtake that situation. Anisha, I declare and decree right now into your situation that you get what you want, not what's fair. I don't care what people think they have to do. I declare and decree that God is going to give you what you want. Forget what's fair. I throw the rule books out the way. That God would give you what you want, not what's legal, what you want, not what's okay, but what you want. I declare and decree this thing now in the name of Jesus. I call it done, and I command success in your situation. I know that every last one of you in here can overtake any kind of struggle because you understand who you are. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of what you are. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of where you are and who you are. Keep doing what you're doing. Have the audacity to speak. The power of death and life is in the tongue. Have the audacity to speak. God will prosper everything you put your hands on. Put your hands on what you want to prosper. It literally means be careful what you touch. Because if you want negativity to prosper, all you got to do is put your hands on it. But if you want positive things to prosper, all you got to do is be about it, go get what you want, and listen, not only get what you want, but demand that it succeed. And if it don't succeed the way you want it to succeed, find out why and let them tell you why you can't have what you want. Go after it, beloved. You are able to do all things. God is bigger than the situation. God is bigger than COVID-19. I'm a witness of that. God is even bigger than the pounds that you're gaining. Hallelujah. Thank Jesus. Bigger than the pounds that you're... So you guys are going to be such a model. You know, I'm serious. Dennis McKeezy, I declare that people are going to come to you to get the paradigm. People are going to come to you to find out, how do we move things in our community? How do we do this where we are? You have the audacity to sit there and go and do something not knowing how it's going to end up, how it's going to do. And you had the audacity. Listen, a whole lot of us, we don't do nothing until we know how it's going to end. Bump all of that. Go out on what God told you to do. I'm telling you, God's going to have people running to you saying, could you please show me how to do this in Chicago? Show me how to do this in San Francisco. Show me how to do this in Connecticut. You're going to be a standard bearer by how to move communities without the approbation of the political construct. You're going to be able to move communities without the approbation of those who don't give a damn about your students. And you guys are going to make some things happen. I thank God for all of you. Damon Dash, be who you are. Who you are got you where you are. Who you are got you what you are. And it's not over. Damon Dash, you need to understand that God's getting ready to do some things in your life that you had no clue. The Bible says he's able to do above, beyond all that you can ask or think. So it means he's beyond your creativity level. So you can think something great, go beyond it. because God has you. And man, Lays, you're going to start trouble all over the world. And I thank God for you, Lays, man, for just including me. I decree that as you go and deliver these shirts, I'm going to be with you when the oxtails are there. In the name of the Lord God, I'm going to get some of these oxtails in Jesus' name. And I thank God for you, Lays, and what you're doing. Listen, beloved, know that everything you're doing is for God's purpose. Everything you're doing, it's got to win because God's in it. It can't lose. Just have the audacity. Have the audacity to think that the child that everybody gave up on is a scholar. Have the audacity to think that the one that everybody said is remedial is going to teach somebody someday. Have the audacity to move forward. And listen, we need to have the audacity to be like Simone. Put a crown on your head. Put that crown on your head. You guys are kings and queens. Don't you bow down to nobody. Don't you back up for nobody. You guys are what God called you to be. And it doesn't matter what the four walls are telling you. Even if you're in prison, you're still a king. You're still a queen. Even if you're in a district, you're still a king. You're still a queen. And God has called you to be so. Go and do so. So let's pray. Father, I thank you for this resolve. I thank you for this ability to be able to do more than I thought I could do. Thank you, Lord, for the ability to do more than other people thought I could do. Thank you, Lord, for the resolve not to quit. Thank you for the resolve not to be mediocre. For you have called us to be great. You have called us to imitate you.
Get off.
And I thank you, Lord, for the success. I thank you, Lord, for what's getting ready to happen in the lives of every last person on this call. Cover the families of every person on this call. In the name of the Lord Jesus, that every son, daughter, husband, wife will be protected because of who they are. And I thank you for all that's going on. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, brother. Listen, amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being part of this, and you are most certainly always welcome. So as I said, ladies, please, if you can next week, jump on with Rocky, help her and Dane get through this. The other thing I'm asking is that I put my phone number, and as well as I also put my email address in here. So please, y'all, if I don't have your information, please send it to me. Because Lays and I, we definitely going on a road trip, and we want to see as many of you as possible. Definitely. So thank you all so very much. This is not the end. It's only the beginning. If you miss any of the first 13 weeks, I got, I have the editor who's going to be putting all these up on YouTube in the next week or two. So if you miss something, you'll be able to pick it up then. Some moments you have to actually be there to experience it, but nonetheless, you can imagine. This is what we're doing now after 13 weeks. You can imagine what it was leading up to it. So thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dane. Lays, you're my brother, man. Thank you for being here with me from the start of this. LA Sunshine, who I know if he could be here, he would be here. LA Sunshine, amazing gentleman. And so we thank everybody from VJ Ralph McDaniels, Red Alert. We thank Chuck D. We thank Big Daddy Kane. We thank Dane. We thank Dougie Fresh. We thank Pastor. We thank my son. We thank Jamila, Ross Baraka, Mayor Patterson. So we thank each and every person who thought it not robbery to come and bless us with words of wisdom over the last 13 weeks. So again, thank y'all so much. Y'all are free to go. Thank you so much, Dave. If you got anything else to say, please do so. But again, y'all are free to go. Much love to y'all all.
Salute, brother.
Salute to y'all.
Thank you. Last thing I'm going to say is, Dennis, one challenge in front of everybody to you. I challenge you to get all of these Zooms transcribed and turned into a book.
Consider it done. Consider it done.
Just transcribe it, get a check editor. It's a service they'll transcribe it. Just get all the Zooms, and then get a check editor, and an editor and a check editor, and they'll put it in a book form. But I believe this could just be OSG Volume 1.
Absolutely, consider it done, Dame. That's right. And you know what? And I didn't for, you know, forgive me for not mentioning, but Calvin Klein, you already know, brother. You are an honorary member of OSG, so I thank you, B, because I know all the time. I know you being here is. I know what you do. I remember you pulling over on the road to be with us, so I already know what this is about. So thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you too, brother. All right, so Lays, come on, baby, let's get up out of here, Lays. Show them a little something, Lays.
All right.
Look at that, Lays. Oh, Jabari, I know you in the room. Thank you, Jabari.
So it does exist. There are people that fight for others, black principals with swag, that are actually doing things. And that's the circle that I have to be around. And that's the circle you gotta be around. Smart people that do things, that care for others before themselves. And we're not gonna talk about what are we gonna do. Be conscious that we're doing it.
Working out.
I'm about to. All right.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.